Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 120 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series, where we are currently in Dry Top as we have started Living World Season 2, which is very exciting, and we can also experience a sandstorm that is going on right now, which is very cool, and I always love the look of sandstorms. But during sandstorms we can find these locked chests around, and I don't currently have any keys for them, but a lot of people will try to open as many of these as possible to get the map currency so they can unlock some special items, and also to get some items related to a special weapon set that is exclusive to this map, which I don't care too much about with this Let's Play series. I care more about this story mission, Cornered, where we can go ahead and follow the trail of the Master Peace and his saboteur pursuer. Head to the area in Dry Top where the clues end, which we did the last episode, and now we can go ahead and track down the Master of Peace, where we have all of our friends here, including Frostbite. We can meet up with them. And the timing says, nice timing. I was just about to have Scruffy punch us away through this vine gate. I won't stand in your way. Where we need to investigate the last known sighting of the Master of Peace. Where it's kind of funny the sandstorm isn't happening in the story instance. And looks like timing was successful.
Is it here? It must be here, somewhere. No.
There he is. Stop!
Where's the Master of Peace?
Go
You should know
away.
I love all smiles.
Go away, go away! He's mine!
We have Aaron here, the crazed Savari, who single-handedly destroyed the Zephyride ship, killing a lot of people and causing them to crash here in Dry Top. Where it's a very interesting thing where we have a crazed Savari who is just attacking people, and Aaron, right after we saw Scarlet Briar throughout the entirety of Living World Season 1 being a crazed Savari herself, attacking people and just causing a lot of devastation. Let's go ahead and try to deal as much damage as we can to Aaron, where we have a relatively simple fight right here where we can experience some mechanics where he's throwing a lot of bombs around, and then we also have like the cave collapsing as he does so. So there's just like a lot of little AoE fields we need to be careful of around here and just try to avoid getting hit.
Unhappy times. Unhappy. Must find the master. Yes, you're...
Is he talking to himself?
He definitely sounds delusional. The point is that we're stuck here until we can break down his bonds.
I have an idea. If you can keep those vines from snagging Scruffy, I can probably patch through them.
Let's go. This fella is starting to put chills up my spine. Glad that's over.
So here we just need to defend against the jungle tendrils and the jungle tendril roots, and then we need to let Tiny destroy the vine gate once again, except she's just walking away. There she goes, coming up this way. I have one root right here, and I really love just all the environments around Dry Top.
Watch my back while I smash these vines.
And now that I think about it, I think this is like the first full-on like desert area we get in the entirety of Guild Wars 2, where we have like some areas that kind of resemble deserts, like the northwestern corner of Brisbane Wildlands being in basically the same region as this, even though it's not technically the same region. I see Aaron over there, and there's an overgrown husk and a bunch more just overgrown wolves and jungle tendrils and whatnot. Let's go ahead, throw down these AoE fields here just to finish them off. And then we can see Aaron across this big gap.
There he is. Okay, if that's how you want to play it.
You're right.
That
Getting
gap is
close.
too large. I can't get us across from here.
Have no fear. The option to have Scruffy toss us over is still...
No.
Thank you for the offer, Tiny, but I'm inclined to leave it across.
I could conjure up a bone bridge, but it wouldn't cross the whole distance. It won't last forever. It might last long enough for one of you to get across.
I'll go. Once I'm on the other side, I can leave a portal between here and there. I just need you to watch my back.
Can take the portal, and we can also hear very loud crying from Aaron.
Not right. Perhaps...
We have some more jungle tendril nonsense coming to attack us as Aaron escapes once again. He's kind of taking us through this very cool canyon that I love a lot. And we have another gap here, of course.
We can't let him get away again.
Having Casimir is so nice, but there's Aaron up there perched on top of that rock.
Hey, stop what you're doing right this minute.
Not on your life, though perhaps on your death. I will continue and I will be victorious.
The Saboteur once again throwing grenades, shooting and dodging. O'Hare, he has a lot of bombs and grenades and whatnot. Where he has a mechanic here where he's like going in circles, and it looks like he did like one full loop, and now we can damage him. I'm guessing we're probably going to try to get him down to like 1% or 0% here. We want to try to question him. 25%. Or we can now use the Zephyrite crystals that we've been interacting with. We can go ahead and break his shield just like that. Oh, almost like that. I messed something up there. Where he doesn't have any buffs, but he still has the shield that's coming here. There we go. And now we have thrown him to the ground.
Taking it farther away. You waste my time.
We have a big room here. Let's try to drop down here carefully.
What? Huh? You're here! Aaron, you have broken your Zephyrite vow. Trivial vows, trivial people. I've seen the bigger picture. You are in my way.
You've lost your mind and your true heart. I'm sorry. You will not prevail.
Masterpiece up there, and now we have Aaron again. Alright, let's go ahead and sit here for just a second. We need to get some Zephyrite crystals so we can try to get up over to him, but he might also just jump this way. Let's drop down here. Let's get this. Let's try coming back up here. Oh, we can only use them once, it looks like, so we can't do that. And then, oh, he just came to the platform, so we should have just stuck to where we were. He's probably about to move again, and I think he's going to move around these platforms, and we can either just like sit here or we can try to go and attack him. Alright, I accidentally picked up the lightning crystal there, and I guess we can AoE him down with our axe from here, which I guess is another strategy that we can do. I do keep my axe on hand just for situations like this. Let's go to this platform. And then let's AoE him from here, and he's probably going to teleport sometime soon. Oh, he went to that platform instead of over here. It's kind of surprising. I guess that's normal. It's been a bit since I've done this fight. Let's try to throw as much as we can. I'm really getting low on health constantly, and now he has the fire shield. So let's run through here and try to find one of these crystals that we see. I'm about to get around, kill this jungle tendril. Oh, he knocked me down. Throw that down to try to kill the jungle tendril. There it goes. And my flesh golem is really trying his best. I'm gonna get knocked back. Oh, that was so close to like not actually getting fully knocked back there. That's unfortunate. He just has so many bombs all around. We have an hour to use this light dash, so kind of different than how it is in Dry Top. Let's get to here. And we destroyed that. Aaron's at 49%, and then he just teleported to there. Let's try throwing what we can from range down. And then I'm wondering if at 25% he's going to get the bubble again. Looks like that's not the case, but he's really taking a lot of damage from the axe. But I'm also taking a lot of damage. He just came here as I went into Shroud to defend myself. Now we can go ahead and stab him with our big scythe, and we can take him down. Another crazed Safari defeated. We have the masterpiece up there, where I really Really like this scene with the masterpiece right there, kind of overlooking this entire area and supporting us from afar as we fight the Savari, and then we have all of our friends around us as well. And they come up here to join us. Right, let's go ahead and chat with the masterpiece.
Thank you for your service. I'm sorry you got involved in my troubles.
Why was he after you?
He started losing his mind on the ship. He's the one who sabotaged it, you know.
Yes, we know. Did he want revenge on you for something?
No. He wanted me to give him power. Great power. That he couldn't handle. I refused. He could not let it go.
Will you come back now? We can escort you.
No. My journey has only just begun. You will tell my people that I am well, and that I continue onward?
Yeah, sure, we'll tell them. Won't they ask where you're going?
No. Those who don't know my destination know enough not to ask. Be well. I'm glad our paths crossed today.
And the masterpiece leaves to a destination that we do not know. Let's chat with Marjorie. We should check his body. I want to know everything there is to know about him. He came through Prosperity. Maybe some of us should go back there, see who else saw him. Where, let's say I'll go back. Where we can search the saboteur's body for clues. Examine this. Llama hair and a few bits of straw are stuck to Aaron's clothes, as if he slept in a barn or animal pen recently. Where we should talk to somebody there. A slip of paper sticking out of the pocket, where it is partially legible. Leader will die, the rest will fall in line, we will not fail. The rest is unreadable. But we have completed Cornered, where we can go ahead and get a bunch of rewards here, where we now have some of the lockpicks that we need in order to open those chests. We have a lot of them actually, we get so many. And then we get some piles of silky sand, and now we have Prosperity's Mystery, where we can return to the town and talk to the residents. So let's go ahead and waypoint back here. The sandstorm is still going on for another 25 seconds. Go ahead, pick this up, and let's get across to here, where we can chat with the residents of the town, where it looks like we have Martinus and poor little Drewbird right there. Whereas chat with Martinus, sorry to bother you, but have you seen a strange Savari around here? Sure, but she was gone long before all this happened. She was a creepy one though, rode into town with a huge load of crates and bought a place to hole up in. I'm looking for a male. In that case, haven't seen them. This other one though, she kept to herself and we let her be. You should have seen her with those crazy red stalks growing out of her head. Wait, really? Who'd know more about her? Ask around if anyone's left to ask. Maybe someone in town actually tried talking to her when there was still a town here. I mean, thanks for the information. Let's talk to the townspeople of Prosperity. Where when we come down here, we have the Gigor, if that's how we pronounce his name. Where, oh gods, look what it did to him. That could have been me. What are those things? Where, I guess this happened at the end of this episode and not the start of the next episode, but we're trying to figure that out. You know of a female Savari who came through here? I remember her. She came around asking about rumors herself, said she heard something about the mines and some magical underground river or something. I told her that if we hit an underground river, we'd abandon the mine on account of how they tend to flood everything without notice and miners drown. That didn't discourage her. We have no idea if she found the underground river. All she knows is that she was looking for something. Where, let's talk to Dabnia right over here. Another human. You've got that look in your eyes. What do you need? I wouldn't say the Savari lived here, just came and went. Moved equipment through here. She'd go into her room and wouldn't come out for days, sometimes weeks. Do you know who she was? Some engineer with obsession all over her. Far as I know, she never said more than 3 words to anyone, and only then if she needed food or supplies. No idea what she was doing here, but we have this char where we can ask about the mysterious Savari, where if you're thinking about breaking into her place, she took personal security to a whole new level. She wasn't the friendly type despite those perky red pigtail flowers on her head. None of us figured she had anything worth the risk. Where we can go into this room and we can talk to Bram, Timey, and Rox in the story mission for Prosperity's Mystery, and we can see these stocks here and some alchemy stuff. where we can ask that we think Scarlet was in prosperity and that she had this town over here, or this building over here that she purchased and did something inside of. So let's go ahead and examine the door. We can't break it, and it blew us up a little bit, and we can come in to find so much stuff.
All clear.
Can you tell? Is it really Scarlet's room? What? Scruffy, come, stand guard. Come on, Bram, get in here.
Bro just walked through the wall.
Looks like the villagers were right. Scarlet was here.
The dust in here is thick, and these plants are all but dead. She definitely hasn't been here in a long time. Look, look, look! This is a historical find!
Careful now. You'll pop a gasket.
She hasn't been here in a very long time. This, oh, and that, great Glarg!
Language.
Sorry, I didn't know you spoke Eton.
What is this
What do you say we
place?
break open some of these crates? One good whack with my mace and...
No, no, no! Be careful. You could destroy something extremely valuable.
We should probably report this find to somebody. Ellen Keel, perhaps?
No, no, are you crazy? You can't tell anybody. They'd come and take it all away. I need time.
What do you need time for? You don't need to be digging in this old junk.
It is not junk.
Scarlet's dead. Let's let sleeping dragons lie.
I
Glad
found
that's
something
over.
interesting over here. Come and see.
Where we have this book, The Nature of Dragons by Ogden Stonehealer.
Inspiration for that weird hairdo.
Or should I say the dragons of nature? Yes, dragons have long been thought to be as much a part of Tyria as the sun, moon, land, and seas. No one, not even the dwarves, know how long they've been here. The Jotun and the Norn probably have lingering stories passed down through the generations about the last rise of the dragons. Most scholars give these tales little credit, unfortunately, as so much time has passed. It was over 10,000 years ago that the dragons last returned to their slumber. The very existence of these tales, however, indicates that the dragons have awakened at least twice in history. The word Morgemoth is heavily scratched into the margins. Ancient documents found now in the Derman's Priory collection reveal accounts passed down by other races, such as the powerful seers and even the human gods themselves. Isn't this fascinating? We hear dragon stories all our lives, but they're usually fairy tales or stories intended to keep young children from misbehaving. I never thought of them as a part of nature. They are ancient elder dragons after all. If this is any indication, Scarlet's research into the dragons started early. I wonder what it was that attracted her to studying them. Their power, perhaps. It seems to be a theme with her. Yes, you're probably right, but she wanted knowledge too. Answers to life's biggest questions. She seems to recognize early on that dragons were a part of something more.
She must have been young when she was here. It looks like she was still a student.
I will have a more distinct conclusion later, but my preliminary assessment is that, yes, we're seeing remnants of her early years.
Look at this. How long ago would you say Scarlet was here? It looks like she was already studying ley lines.
Not surprising. She was well ahead of her peers. We Asura have been studying them for decades.
But you didn't know much about them.
They are elusive.
Is this what I think it is? It looks like ley lines. What do you think?
We can chat with Marjorie, where we have just a very interesting drawing here, where it is more symbolic than literal. It shows the world as a machine with various moving parts. The pale tree sits at its heart. Though crude, it's strangely beautiful, don't you agree? Do you think Scarlet made it? Maybe. It Looks like it represents Tyria. Tyria, if you're a Savoy, the pale tree is at the center. Didn't I hear that Scarlet strangled the pale tree in some vision she had? All Savoy have the pale tree at the center of their lives. Do you think it means anything? How powerful is the pale tree? More powerful than we will ever know, I suspect. She is our mother.
Do you think she was evil back then?
She was misunderstood.
She had to have always been evil. You don't suddenly turn evil overnight.
What about the branded they did? They got corrupted.
Good point.
Hey, watch it with that tail. Oh, it's a steam minotaur!
Ow! Do you mind?
Inside voice, please, Tiny.
Timmy, you sound like a harpy.
Yeah, but did you see?
I see.
You're not even looking!
A steam minotaur, a partially disassembled one. Where the steam creature may have been her prototype, it has flaws. Oh, I couldn't possibly explain it in terms you would understand. You'll just have to trust me on it.
No one's ever going to be able to decipher Scarlet's chicken scratchings. What is all this Assur and googly mook anyway? These symbols and things make me nervous.
Those are alchemagical symbols. I'm not exactly sure what they mean either, but I'll figure it out with time.
We have this journal right here. Dear Diary, writing longhand is for the birds. I've discovered a device of a certain origin that will allow me to record my journal from this point forward. Do not think that I am ungrateful to you, but I must continue to evolve at every moment. The future awaits us all, and I plan to be amazing when it comes. This will be my last entry as an ink-splattering student. Starting tomorrow, I am a researcher, an engineer, and a visionary. I confess to a mixture of fear and excitement. I believe I found one of those mythical ley lines, and if I can study it, well, my understanding of Tyria's inner workings will increase in leaps and bounds. Who knows what the future will hold? Mary can chat with Rox again. Both Olmad and Scarlet were crazy. Where perhaps it was true, the mind is a powerful tool.
I think it's time to go. We've got more important things to do.
You do maybe, but I don't. This is the biggest day of my life. Look at all this Scarlet paraphernalia.
I agree with Bram.
You would. Look, you guys can go, but I'm not leaving. I need to document all this. I can use this to write the thesis that will make me famous.
I don't know.
She'll be okay. She's in a village. She's got a golem.
I guess it'll be okay. We'll be back for you later, Squeak. If you run into any trouble, find a Zephyrite. They can be trusted.
I will. Now stop worrying and let me get to work.
Let's get out of here, Bram. Between the dust and the weirdness, I'm done.
You be careful, kid. We'll be back later.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Tiny, stay out of trouble. We'll be back soon.
So Taimi, definitely a young student, and it's a little unnerving to leave her alone here, but I guess we just have to trust her that she'll be okay. Or we can chat with her. Hang on a second, there's mention in here of a miner who found the leyline hub that Scarlet was looking for. I wonder if she's still here. Maybe we could go see. She's a Norn named Tosca. What are you going to do? I'm staying here. Do you realize the historical significance of this find? Not to mention the salvage rights. I'll be writing papers, treatises, and dissertations on this until I'm 80. I don't get the thrill, but we aren't quite as much of a scientist as she is. I knew from the first moment I heard about her that Scarlet's fate and mine were intertwined, where she believes that Scarlet found a ley line hub somewhere in this area.
I need my supplies.
Where Scruffy just drops some supplies for her, and we can go find the miner that potentially knows a little bit about the ley line hub in this area that Scarlet was after. Where, as we load out, the town is under attack, so I hope Time is okay in there, but I'm sure she'll be. Let's get out of here, leave all the Mordrum behind. And let's get into the mine, it looks like, which I really love, like the mine carts and like the mine tracks, and there's just a bunch of rocks in that cart. As we come into here, it gets like darker and darker. Where there's a lost coin, but we have Miner Tosca up here that we can go ahead and chat with, ignoring all the inquests around here. where she says, "You lost? No, I have questions about the ley line hub. You found her. That's what that strange Savari female called the pocket of magical energy I tapped when I was digging out in the wastes beyond town. You don't want to go anywhere near that." I was mining copper and broke through into an inner chamber in the rock. Suddenly, a bright light blinded us all. We didn't go any deeper, too dangerous, but changed the direction of our digging. Yes, and you should have seen her light up. It was as if I was Tix and Tox delivering a special toy just for her. Two characters related to the Winter's Day Festival. Where was this pocket of magical energy? Out west of town. But that tunnel caved in just after I told Savari what we'd found. I always suspected she'd collapsed it and dug her own way in. You should find her and ask about it. Can't. She's dead. Where we have completed Prosperity's mission, or mystery, and we have now completed the Gates of Maguuma, the first episode of Living World Season 1, where we can view this in journal, and then we can begin Entanglement, where let's get our rewards, including a mastery point, which is actually very nice. But Entanglement, treachery, and tragedy led Tyria's heroes on a chase across the frontiers of the Maguuma wastes and landed them at the doorstep of their former adversary. What has Taimi been able to learn from her investigation, and who's been watching from atop the mesa above Prospect Valley? Let's play this episode, where we get a letter from Bram, meet back at Prosperity, and we can check in on Taimi, which we are right here, so we can go ahead and just load up onto our Raptor, where we can play this mission one after another, of course, but some time passed. I actually kind of forget. I think it might have been 3 weeks past between, or 2 weeks between this episode and the last episode, where the episodes were much closer together until like later in season 2, where they started being much further apart and kind of smaller as they were prepping for the first expansion for Guild Wars 2. And then after that expansion, it's been consistently like every 3 months that we wait for like major updates. Every 2 to 3 months. Now it's like every 3 months, pretty solid. But now we have episode 2 that we can begin with, Scarlet's Secret Room, which we began exploring a little bit at the end of the last Living Story episode, of course, and now we get to return it at the start of this one. Kind of a nice transition.
Taimi? Taimi, are you here? Taimi?
They're here. I'm okay. Scruffy protected me. Are you all okay?
Oh, whew. Yeah, we're okay too.
Everything started to shake. I barely had time to get into Scruffy.
Is she okay, Bram?
Yeah, she's okay. She hid in her golem.
I didn't hide. I was collecting important data.
Uh-huh.
Did I hear you say Taimi's okay?
I'm fine. Collie.
What's happening?
So all 4 of them are definitely very concerned about Taimi, as I am, but it's just like a very interesting thing that we see a lot with, like, you know, certain people, where all these people are very, very concerned about Taimi's well-being, which is a great thing, but maybe a little bit too concerned, where it kind of makes Taimi have like a lower level of like self-efficacy, which is kind of unfortunate. But we can chat with Marjorie here, where I feel like the world is falling out from under us. I think we all feel that way. We've got a new dragon to contend with, Mordramoth. He did this, and it's only just starting.
Mordramoth?
Raises the stakes to a whole new level of awful, doesn't it?
Gods, we need a plan. What are we gonna do?
Rare, looks like Casimir is starting to get nervous again. You really think all these vines are related to Mordramoth? All those deaths, I'm quite certain. What are we going to do? We start by following Scarlet's trail. Scarlet believed she had seen the bigger picture. It was part of her delusion. I don't think bringing down the Zephyrites was part of Scarlet's plan, but both she and the Saboteur talked about the destruction of Tyria, I know. Aaron said a Tyrian leader would die. This makes me think someone or something was pulling his strings. That scares me the most about him. It could be anyone, though the biggest threat to Mordramoth is probably Traherne. I hate the thought that Queen Jenna could be in danger too. He said several other things. Yes, like, it will be so pleased, and I've seen the bigger picture. He sounded so much like Scarlet. It was unnerving. I suspect we can still learn from Scarlet, even posthumously. Or let's chat with Taimi now, where she's been in here investigating everything. For the record, I agree that this is Mordramoth's doing. It all started with Scarlet. We need to understand her. Did you see her voice recorder, her books and paper? Lots of things that she has learned in here. She released a bunch of steam creatures into the wild, Oh, and she killed Omad. He was her last mentor. He experimented on her with his mind-widening device, and that's when she saw the eternal alchemy, or what she thought was it. So she killed him for it? No, she killed him because once he realized his device worked, he started looking at her like she was a lab rat, not like an assistant or student. He was going to experiment more on her. Historically speaking, previous generations of Asura, including Omads, viewed the Savari as an anomaly to be studied. When the first Savari arrived, many were victimized in the interest of arcane knowledge. Where we can ask about the drawing, and she says that she has seen it based on Scarlet's writings, and her holographic recorder over there have come up with a theory. I think that's the representation of her vision. Her mentor Omad made a device that opened the mind. When she tried it, she had a vision. At the center is a symbol I've seen used to represent the pale tree. She claimed that she had seen the eternal alchemy during the vision. The symmetrical elements in that drawing and the pale tree at the center led me to that conclusion. Why the pale tree? In her vision, she saw the pale tree attacked by a thorn vine. She described it as doing terrible damage to the pale tree. It pleased her. She even grew some thorny vines to strangle Omad. The parallel with the vines from her vision is not lost on me. The most interesting thing of all is the ley lines. Scarlet theorized that our waypoint positioning coincides with the locations of the most powerful ley lines. Likely she was right, but not yet confirmed. I need to do more research. I need to better understand the elements that drew her to that conclusion.
So, were you able to figure out what Scarlet was doing here?
She was studying ley lines, but I don't...
Hold on.
Oh my! What's happening?
Hey, come look at this. There's a passage behind this bookshelf.
What? Get out of my way! Let me see!
Settle down. Let the boss go in first.
Alright, but hurry up!
Come on, Frostbite, let's go.
We're the boss, so I guess we have to go first. Where we have a little passage down here that we can explore. Where it goes off in a few different directions. Timmy just runs down here with us. Here we have this book of history at Dry Top by Nicholas Sanford, 1070 after Exodus. Now a barren landscape, this rounded basin may have held water millennia ago. Sand now covers everything, blowing on the wind and eroding all rocks and inhabitants alike. Unknown sentient beings once built fragile hillside homes high on the cliffside. Some structures still linger, but it will also fall victim to the blowing sand and hot sun. The area attracts outlaws on the run with something to hide, or those who are unwelcome among civilized folk for one reason or another. This makes the area dangerous to travelers such as me and Yakington, his Dalyak. The migrating centaur packs come through here, it seems. There is evidence that they once had a refuge here. A large tree trunk, quite out of place, could have been one of their sacred trees. Despite appearances, this waterless area is far from lifeless, and it serves as the doorway into the Maguuma jungle, a region of uncontrollable growth, life, and often death. Where we can run through here and see what looks to be a lot more of Scarlet's shenanigans. With so much stuff, some mirrors there, some Asuran technology. We got a journal right here. On the open page of this book, Scarlet drew a route leading up and out of her tunnel to a higher region in Dry Top. The points on Scarlet's map trace a path winding across this higher region Dry Top to some unknown destination where she drew crisscrossing lightning bolts. So that's everything on the northern end. Now we can come down to the southern end where there's still a lot more stuff going on. The tunnel leading that way, but we can see right over here another journal titled Research Notes, and then we can come check this little piece of paper right here where it was torn from a book. Letters sent home from soldiers in the Kurdan army have given us great insight into their lives. In the 11th century after Exodus, their leader Varish also inspired great loyalty. In one particular speech, Asa praised her military and encouraged them to use their persuasive abilities to build the power of Kurna from the inside. She said, if properly convinced, you can get whole groups of lesser creatures to work towards their goals without them realizing they're not working for themselves. Asa cites the alliance between the Centaurs and Kurnan craftspeople as an example. Together, they produced better armor and weapons, and they provided for the Kurnan's people's day-to-day needs. Which is incredibly interesting because Verge Asa is like the secondary antagonist from the Nightfall expansion, where she is responsible for basically waking up Abaddon, more or less, where she was a major threat in the Nightfall expansion and was a relatively competent leader who did many evil things, and it looks like Scarlet was inspired by Varish. But we could chat with Timmy. Did you find something? You found something, didn't you? Scarlet left a map where she headed someplace to the southwest, which might be the ley line she discovered. And we have completed Scarlet's secret room, where we got a ton of rewards here. And we can go ahead and leave this story mission back out into Drytop, where we are now here, and there are some canyon spiders and a steam minotaur head, and we can look for a way up and out of Scarlet's tunnel from this point, where we can find the exit up this way. Where we've had Prospect Valley here that has been like the big part of Drytop that we have been exploring, but we can now explore a new region that was added after Prospect Valley. Steam Minotaur head, and then we got a canyon spider here that we can go ahead and deal with. Just up this way, we can see we're coming out of this little like mine or tunnel area, where we have another steam minotaur here. One of Scarlet's abandoned steam minions remains where it ceased functioning while on its way out of her lab. Another canyon spider here, and we can see somebody in the distance. A full-blown centaur camp, it looks like. Let's kill this canyon spider so we can get out of here and investigate it. Also got a boulder on the ground, and we have Neve Freemain right here, who we can chat with. All around us, the people of Glint have fallen from the sky. It is our tribe's way to welcome outsiders, and we welcome you. You will find our refuge ahead, just around the bend. You are in the uplands of Drytop, my friend. Few have come this way in a very long while, and yet you have arrived just as those in need have dropped here as well. Something has changed. Whereas go ahead and run up this way, where we have peaceful centaurs, which is very cool. A tribe of Maguuma centaurs. And we got this waypoint right here, and we even have a scout.
We welcome you, as we have welcomed the unfortunate fallen from the sky. Our desire and duty is to aid them wherever we can. Our tribe tends a sacred oasis and protects it from invading threats. Lately, however, we are seeing an incursion of hostiles who call themselves Inquest. Also, something is attracting the Mordrum to our region. My advice to you: be wary of dust twisters, stay clear of the Queen of Discreet, and be well.
Queen of the Skrit. But we can look for the next point near Restoration Refuge, and we can enter Raptor Prow to find the next point up this way. Now this takes some time just to explore this area, where this is honestly just one of my favorite areas in Guild Wars 2, which I say about so many places, but I just really love this game and all of its areas, I guess. But we can come into here and we can see some of these cool centaurs, and we can just explore the next little peaceful area of this map. And I think this is probably the most peaceful area in the entire map, because like Prosperity is our town, but it gets attacked every so often. And then we have like the starting waypoint that's pretty peaceful. I don't think it really gets attacked, but it's like kind of small with some nearby events that happen, where I think this entire place is constantly safe. But we got some Zephyrites. You can just see some of the Maguuma Centaur's tents, and we did indeed get to the waypoint. We also have a pack supply network agent that happens to be here as I'm recording this, which is cool because he travels all around the Maguuma Desert, where I don't think I need anything from him specifically. But we can see like a clothesline there, and just overall a really cool town. I really love the Maguuma Centaurs. But let's come out this way, where we can see more of Drytop all around here, and we can come up into the Uplands Canyon this way, where there's some salamander drakes, and this is just a gorgeous area with very tall cliffs. But let's get down here, where we can get a better view of everything going on. You can see a lot of centaurs all around in here, kind of just defending the area. And just an absolutely stunning area. But Raptor Prow, where we can get the next point, and then we can cross the Uplands Oasis to the next point on Scarlet's map. But let's go ahead and get this, because we can start climbing our way up here, because we are going to have a vista if we can get to here, and then right here we have the vista to look at. Very, very cool. But now we can continue further into Dry Top. Alright, people are doing events and we've unlocked tier 4. But we got this point of interest and this vista, which I believe is everything we need for map completion currently. We have a basilisk, let's not get petrified. Let's just drop down here. And we can run along the side here. We could drop down further. Oh, I wasn't like planning to, but I guess we will. Drop down further there. And then this way we can see some pink moa in the distance. And we see an oasis coming up where this entire area is very sandy and very much a desert, but we have a beautiful oasis right here that we can begin exploring. But I see a hero challenge up this way, a rich mithril vein if we want. And the oasis just looks beautiful, and it has like the same geography as the rest of Raptor Prow, but it's all green and lush, just gorgeous. But let's take this aspect crystal and let's go up this way. We might have to get another crystal because I don't think this has... Oh, it has unlimited time, I suppose. And I can cross that, I guess. Let's get... Oh no, I need a new crystal somewhere. Let's kill this cave bat. I saw the one crystal up there. Or maybe if we come to the east here, we can find a crystal to get up. Where I do see one right there. So let's grab this. And then very quickly, just get up here. And then run along here as fast as we can. And I think we want to get onto this ledge. And then we have a new crystal, so this kind of serves as like a checkpoint for us in a way. Let's get this, dodge through the bats. Didn't really dodge there, but let's get around to here where it's then below us so we can drop down. And we have Mending Waters. Oh, I almost died, but we can commune with this and we can get another hero point. So we'll be 1 hero point closer to finishing the Reaper. But then there's also a lost coin here that I guess we can grab at the first end of the uplands, of 30 in the uplands. But then let's try... Could jump here and then run along this way just for fun and then drop. Can we careful, like, there we go. Oh, and then I fell. That's okay. Let's just get down here and we can follow the really cool looking river here, or creek more so, into the oasis and get another beautiful look. Some vine seed flowers and the point of interest of oasis, which I think is kind of fun when you have a POI that's just a single word. But you can see our next story mission is heading this way, where we can go ahead and run up here to find a really fun little garden actually that I love a lot. And let's try to carefully jump here, where we have a centaur by the name of Azar Softhoof and a script by the name of Nipkit, who are just hanging out here, and they have this little garden with some cabbages and lettuce and carrots and cacti, and then also a couple of juvenile pink moa back there if you happen to have not gotten one yet on a ranger character. But I'll just gather a few of these and let's continue this way. Look at how cool that waterfall is. So beautiful. I think this is a pretty popular area in Guild Wars 2 aesthetically. But up here we got a power crystal that we can examine. Someone dropped what looks like an Asuran power crystal here. And then we got 2 vines. This vine is the one for this mission, and then this vine is actually added in a later patch and is for the future. But let's go ahead and go up this way. I'm pretty sure it was added in a later patch. Been a long time. But we got Azar's Arbor as we can run along here. And then we got a waypoint, and the vines do go away and you have to do an event to regrow them. But if you get this waypoint, then we can just waypoint straight up to here. Vine Bridge waypoint. We're now 60% complete with Dry Top. And we can get a nice view of Raptor Prow. That's what it's called, right? I always forget. Yes. And we got a strange cube up here, so we're probably starting to find some more Inquest stuff. As you can see, some Inquest machinery at the crash site over there. But we got this strange cube, what looks to be a component of a larger machine of a Surin design, lies where it fell in the sand. And I see another vista to the north right here, point of interest, and a hero challenge. I think this hero challenge is later in the map. We have to like drop down or get up to that point from over there across the other vine bridge, but we can get this vista up here. We got some more centaurs and a little camp right here actually, which I don't really remember this camp too well. A couple of Zephyrite in here, a couple of centaurs, and a lost coin that we can collect potentially if we can get to it through the wall there. But the centaurs are just really cool. And then we can get up to here where there is a scrit hole right here that we can examine. This hole is dug by a scrit, very informative. And then we have the vista here, but we might need to get an aspect crystal, or we can jump from here. And then this entire crash site is kind of just like cool looking. Of course, you know, it's sad, but it's very cool looking with all the Inquest technology as well. And there's a big event that takes place here where you fight like a big champion. But let's go out this way. I can see a player sitting on one of their mounts, and our story mission is taking us in that direction. But we got a point of interest down here that we can go ahead and get really quickly, where there's actually a queen of the Skrit that lives in this map and is a pretty big event, and actually ends up being kind of an important character like 8 years from now in the Guild Wars 2 story. Let's go ahead, grab this point of interest of Crag Rock Palace, where during the sandstorm, if we have a high enough favor of the Zephyrites, I think it is, or it happens regardless, we can fight the queen of the Skrit if we really wanted. Let's go ahead and just run down this way because I think I got all the points of interests and whatnot in this part of the map, and we can get to our next little area right here with another broken steam minotaur. And then we can fight our way into the cavern to discover Scarlet's destination, where there's a lot of turrets here and there's a light infused golem. So let's go ahead, start attacking this light infused golem, which seems to be harnessing some of the Zephyrite crystals. And then we can try to deal just as much damage to the golem as we can. It looks like he keeps knocking us back, and then the cannons just keep firing at us, but he's pretty easy to defeat. We can get some geodes, and we also increase the favor of the Zephyrite, so doing so opens this door that we can go ahead and run through into the Cavern of the Shining Lights, which is a phenomenal area. Let's just run past this really quickly and just get a cool view of the ley line hub. And we can see a ley line here where there is so much magical energy coming through this cavern that we can see the ley lines appearing here, which normally you're not supposed to really see them. Or let's jump up this way. We can get to this vista over here after we kill the Earth Elemental, and you can see some more Inquest stuff. We got some pieces of paper, and just so many interesting little areas all around here. It's just so stunning and really unlike anything we have seen in Guild Wars 2 up to this point, where we can see the cavern just continues off into the distance this way, But we've got the Leyline Hub Hero Challenge over here that we can go ahead and commune with, which I think is good to get us another hero point. And just aesthetically gorgeous area. If you take a look at our map, the cavern would presumably continue this way, and it's kind of going towards Thalma Nova Reactor. But then we got another point of interest on the western end, but I think I'm going to save that point of interest for later. And then we have our story mission here that we can go ahead and do, which I think I'm going to save for later because we are at the end of this episode and we can begin exploring this next episode. But I'm not sure where the safest place to log out right here is. Maybe right here. I hope you all enjoyed watching this episode as we are exploring through Living World Season 2, and we will return soon enough. But I hope you all are taking great care of yourselves. Remember to drink some water and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all next time in the Road of Tyria. Goodbye.